Humans have always been one curious creature. Yes, you, me, we've all done stupid things just to satiate our sense of curiosity, whether it's eating dirt or just plainly doing something just to know what would and what if. We've all been there one way or another, and at times, curiosity unfortunately kills the cat. Across many centuries and eras, one thing we're all curious about is what lies beyond the veils of our skies. Space. Space is fucking cool. Ever since space was discovered and that we aren't the only world there is on it, humans have always tried to see if there are others like us on different celestial bodies, aliens. And while we've had multiple breakthroughs in space travel and space exploration that are but not limited to sending people to the moon and back, and being able to see shit from the literal birth of the universe with the telescopes we've created, even with all the technology we have created and curated, we've still had no contact with extraterrestrial life, and I think personally it would most likely stay like this forever because we will never make first contact. Now let me explain. To the average Joe, it seems almost impossible in the case that spanning the entire 93 billion light-year wide universe with around 20 sextillion planets in it, that we are the only planet with life. For as long as centuries we have theorized what the little green creatures would look like. After all the theories we've made, search efforts of aliens only started around the year 1900 and have been going strong ever since. And these efforts weren't particularly fruitless. They sprung up hope and hints that there may be others out there. And one of the most infamous examples of this is the wow signal. On 15th of August 1977, the Big Ear Observatory in Ohio State University, a brief but powerful signal was received, lasting around 72 seconds. It was believed that the signal came from extraterrestrial origins trying to communicate. The reason why it is called the wow signal is because on the morning of the next day, Jerry Eman, an astronomer from Ohio State University, found a printout of said signal and circled out the printout reading the intensity of the signal with the comment beside saying wow. Even though it's infamy, the signal's origin was never found, and in a recently published paper by Abel Mendez from the Planetary Habitability Laboratory at the University of Puerto Rico suggests that the signal came from a maser that came from magnetar, a neutron star that is similar to the pulsar but is stronger and more prone to violent outbursts, that came in contact with hydrogen gas, amplifying its power, making it appear like an attempt at communications from extraterrestrial origins.
I am rubbing my testicles and making love to your face.
This isn't the only time a neutron star has been mistaken for extraterrestrial life. In 1967, a signal named PSRB 1919 plus 21, dubbed LGM1 or short for Little Green Man 1, was discovered by astronomist Jocelyn Bell Burnell. It was a pulsing signal with an interval of exactly 1.3 seconds with a pulse width of 0.04 seconds. It's briefly believed the signal was one resembling an extraterrestrial beacon. This theory fell short but led to the discovery of pulsars, a magnetized and rotating neutron star. Over the coming years, we have seen more signs that aliens may exist in other planets, one even in our solar system, on Europa, but in my personal opinion, I'm sure they'd most likely find nothing. And I can sum it down to two reasons as to why I think we will never make first contact with. Number 1. Distance. On September 5, 1977, NASA launched Voyager 1 from Kennedy Space Center, and now, 43 years later, it currently sits roughly 24 billion kilometers, or this number, of miles for all you red-blooded American patriots, and while that number seems significant,
that's quite big.
But it would take another 40,000 years for it to reach the closest star. With that amount of time, dozens upon dozens of civilizations and species would end before it could reach the halfway point. And because of that technology, I don't really see any other alien tech that could cross light years fast enough to see a civilization before it collapses. Even with light speed travel, which is scientifically impossible, it would take years to get to the nearest star. The only technology I see to cross such a great distance is wormholes, and currently with our knowledge of it, we have not seen any proof that it exists. And I know it's a bit ironic that I talked about distance after mentioning Europa being in our solar system, but stick with me here, hold on.
Oh, bro!
Number 2. Lack of any signatures. We have theorized about structures in space that may exist, such as Dyson spheres, but let's trace back to what we have here. Think the Voyager again. If there are aliens out there looking for other aliens, wouldn't you think they would also send their own probes out into space? No? Maybe. If they are curious enough to do so, then space should be riddled with probes from extraterrestrial origins, sparse but not non-existent. With the billions of years that the universe has existed for, you'd expect at least one to cross our sights, but none have. And it's a bit weird that such a great contender for life like Europa doesn't have something like that. The world is a large place, and even bigger is the universe. While the possibility of us being alone is improbable, the possibility of us meeting those who are amongst us is impossible. Thank you so much for watching this video until this very point. Keep in mind that most of this is my possibly poorly educated opinion, and I would very much love to get proven wrong, especially when NASA just launched their Clipper aircraft to Europa. Who knows, maybe this video will age like milk. And funny enough, as I was writing about this script, there was UAP spotted across New Jersey. Talk about timing. Anyway, subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you think I'm stupid or that I'm cooking Gordon Ramsay type beat. I'm also open to feedback and criticism, of course. I am still learning. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.